New job in the bag, I'm back on the road. I'm loving discovering these new flavors I've never tasted before. Beef in chocolate, now that's one to remember. Sicily is surprising me at every turn. And it's not just the food, it's everywhere I look. Amongst hillside villages and sprawling vineyards are also ancient ruins from the days the Greeks ruled the island. The Valley of the Temples in Agrigento is one of the world's most important archaeological sites. Founded as a Greek colony in the 6th century BC, it was once the fourth largest city in the known world, and today is Sicily's single biggest tourist attraction. This Temple of Concord is still standing proud, even though it was built 2,445 years ago.
This is something you don't see every day.
Each temple had its own use, and the temple of Gino here was where the locals would get married. Forget the town halls in the UK. Can you imagine getting married here? Continuing my journey onwards, I'm on the hunt for more Sicilian food. I've heard about a very special person in another of Baldinotto's Baroque cities. Celebrated as one of the best pastry chefs in all of Italy, he can be found in his Café in Noto. Corrado Assenza is the fourth generation in his family to run Café Sicilia, which opened in 1892. As a chef, he is famous for his creative use of flavors and experimental approach to traditional Sicilian desserts. Although Italy has many sweet treats, the Sicilian ones owe their origins to the invading Arab and African influences. So expect candied fruits, pistachios and dates, as well as spices like cinnamon and cloves. Once Corrado's finished for the day, I'm honored to taste some of his creations.
Tell me about the tradition of the cassata.
The first thing is that cassata means culture.
Culture.
And in cassata you can find everything from Sicily that belong to agriculture, because there is the camon, the pistachio, the ricotta from sheep milk, and the combination, the citrus plant, the orange on top. Sicily is a beautiful place for citrus plants.
I love it because the sugar came through after. I felt the almonds, definitely the orange, and I really felt the ricotta.
If I add more sugar to the combination of all the ingredients in cassata,
You're gonna ruin it.
I kill it.
Don't do anything. Please don't touch this recipe because it's perfect.
Be sure at the moment we have arrived to the perfection.
I think you got it. I think you got it.
I get it.
Another treat Sicily is famous for is the palate-cleansing ice dessert granita.
Can you tell me the tradition of granita?
Arab people bring granita to Sicily and they store in the cave of the mountain the snow.
So snow. They used to do this with snow.
And after, during the summertime, the use of this ice with the flavor from the flowers, from the fresh citrus fruits, begin the history of granita.
I know that you like to experiment with flavors. What I'm eating here?
This is a granita made for the combination between fresh strawberry and fresh tomato.
Tomato and strawberry.
Together. If the combination is perfect, in your palate, in your moment, in this moment, you have something that seems to belong to a green apple taste.
No.
That's true.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? And I promise, this is the truth. As I was eating, I had the feeling of apples. I'm serious, eh?
I'm serious
I'm
too.
serious. I wanted to say apple.
The success of the recipe is when I choose the strawberry and I choose the tomatoes, I smell it, I don't taste it, I just smell and have the possibility to understand that together arrive the right flavor, the apple,
That's
green
true.
apple.
Depending on how it's made and which part of the island you are on, granita is either smooth or grainy, but always refreshing.
Corrado, salute to you, your cassata, your granita, and your
Pleasure
family.
to have you here.
And
Thank
your
you
family.
so much
The
for
pleasure is
coming.
all mine.
It's mine pleasure.
Today, I'm continuing my journey exploring the island of Sicily. Leaving the coastal road, I'm now heading inland and getting closer to the most famous lady on the island, known for her fiery temper, Mount Etna. As the tallest volcano in Europe and one of the most active in the world, this natural wonder not only dominates this area with her size and power, she also affects the type of food grown in her surrounding soil. And there is one crop in particular the area is renowned for. So I'm paying a visit to a farm at Etna's base in the town of Jarre. Citrus plants were introduced to this area by the Arabs in the 9th century, and the crop flourished in this unique environment. Nicknamed the Lemon Riviera, for centuries Sicily was the world's leading producer and exporter of the fruit. And today the island still supplies 90% of all the lemons used in Italy. Sisters Vera and Saria invited me to their farm Agriturismo San Leonardello and their citrus orchards.
So tell me, how important is to have Etna so close to you?
Etna is important for the fertility of the soil. There are a lot of minerals. This is good for our lemon, oranges, mandarins, clementines, so you can have a good production.
Are you not scared to have a live volcano just around the corner from you guys?
No, no, because we love Etna. Etna is for us nature, as the sea, as the sun, as the sky. Is life for this part of the Sicily.
So you got all these lemons and oranges. What do you do with it?
We sell them and we make organic marmalade and a beautiful limoncello.
I love limoncello. I want to try some limoncello. Come on.
Okay, Gino, come with me.
Okay.
As Vera explained, volcanic rocks create some of the best soil because they have a wide variety of minerals which quickly break down into the soil. Although lemons are grown all over Italy, the Sicilian ones pack a punch with their intense sharpness, which contrasts well with the sugar in condiments and liqueurs.
So girls, what have we got here?
This is our lemon marmalade. I suggest to test with the Sicilian pecorino.
Lemon and pecorino? I never
Yes.
tried that before.
What do you think?
Buona. I thought that the lemon would be sweeter, but it's not too sweet. It's nice, nice flavor coming through. Nice. I like the combination with the pecorino. And this
Okay,
one?
now we try the marmalade of Kumquat with the buffalo mozzarella.
Ah, buffalo mozzarella.
Buffalo mozzarella, yes.
See, I come from Napoli, where the original buffalo mozzarella comes from. So I never had a Sicilian buffalo mozzarella either. So.
It's nice.
It's interesting.
Yes.
See, I always say that buffalo mozzarella shouldn't go with anything, but it works. I think as an appetizer, quite nice. What about this one?
It's the marmalade of orange.
These are organic.
Yes,
Or-
all organic.
We only use the fruits and organic sugar.
I don't usually like orange marmalade because it always tastes quite synthetic, but this is fresh, not very sweet. I love it. Okay, let's do some drinking. This is the famous limoncello.
Yes.
Limoncello is a modern Italian tradition made with just the zest of unwaxed lemons, sugar, alcohol and water. This sweet liqueur has become the perfect digestive.
I am impressed. This is good. Girls, I see that you got lemons there. Can I use them for my next recipe?
Of course.
I'm inspired by the freshness of Sicily's produce, the history of its recipes, and its mind-blowing flavors. So I'm staying right here on the farm to cook a thank you dinner for the sisters.
Now that I have my lemons, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful lemon risotto with mascarpone cheese and fresh prawns.
Start by gently softening 2 finely chopped shallot onions in some olive oil.
Now, once the onions are ready, what you have to do to get the perfect bite for the risotto, you must toast the rice. I'm using carnaroli rice. You can use arborio rice, but I think the carnaroli works absolutely beautiful because it gets nice and creamy. So the rice goes in and toast everything together for about a minute. To measure the rice is very, very simple. Use 1.5 handful per person, and you will never go wrong. Now, rice in there, make sure you mix everything together into the oil. What you can see, after a couple of minutes, the rice gets all nice and translucent around the grain, and in the middle is nice and white. So that's mean that it is ready. Straight away, we're gonna add the wine flavor. Smell is amazing. Okay, now, little by little, you're gonna have to add the stock.
I'm using hot vegetable stock, and the key is to add it gradually. Add a little, let it absorb, then repeat until the rice is thick and creamy. For extra flavor, I'm adding some flat leaf parsley.
Good quality rice should take between 16 and 18 minutes to cook. Now, in there, the next thing I'm going to add is my beautiful lemons. So we're gonna start with the lemon zest first. Let's see. Now the lemon zest is gonna give an amazing fresh flavor to the risotto. Soon after the lemon zest, cut your lemon in half and squeeze half of the lemon into the rice.
Then add mascarpone cheese. If you don't have it, you can use double cream. Just make sure it's nice and thick.
Now the mascarpone is gonna give a fantastic smooth texture to the risotto. The risotto is getting nice and creamy and white.
Finally, season to taste with salt and pepper.
And now make sure you let it rest for a couple of minutes, which is going to give you plenty of time to cook the prawns. A little bit of olive oil in there. Prawns will take no longer than 1 minute on each side. Don't overcook them, otherwise they're going to be rubbery. So as soon as you turn them, pinch of salt, and, of course, freshly squeezed lemon juice.
Time to plate up this delicious, oozy lemon risotto.
And then add the prawns on top. Look at that. This is incredible. Of course, you have the oil and the lemon juice from the prawns. Don't throw it away. Just drizzle on top of the risotto. There you have it, my risotto with fresh lemons and prawns.
All that's left to do is sit and enjoy it with Vera and Saria.
Salute prima. Salute. Salute.
A dry white wine will complement the sharpness of the lemon and the sweetness of the prawns.
It's wonderful.
Is it good?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Where are you going next?
I'm gonna go somewhere that I've always wanted to go since I was a little boy. Mount Etna.
Excellent.
That's where I want to go because I think it's gonna be incredible experience up there.
Good idea.
Today I'm beginning at sea level and then traveling up high into the mountains. So I start my final leg here in the coastal town of Giardini Naxos. This is where the Greeks first set up camp when they arrived in Sicily back in the 8th century BC. They recognized the beauty of the bay, which stands in the shadow of Mount Etna. And even now, over 10,000 years on, it is one of the most popular seaside resorts in Italy. Local tour operator Alessandro thinks the reason this part of the island is a piece of paradise is all due to that ever-present volcano.
Alex, the fact that the sand is not yellow and golden like everywhere in Italy, is this got something to do with Mount Etna?
Yeah, Etna sometimes erupt and they leave a lot of tiny stones around the beach.
And that's why it's brown.
Yeah.
Now that I'm on this side of the island, where do you recommend I should visit? What should I see?
Isola Bella is a marine reserve, and the water is so clear that you can count the stones on the bottom.
Nice. Isola Bella.
Exactly, Isola Bella
Okay.
Marine Reserve, yeah.
How am I supposed to get to Isola Bella? With a car?
By car, look where we are. We have my jet ski ready for you.
I can use your jet ski?
Sure,
No way, really?
come on.
You would allow me to do so?
Sure.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
This tiny island of Isola Bella is a 30 minutes fun-filled jet ski ride out of Giardini Naxos Bay.
Wow, this is super cool.
And for me, this is a real treat. It's not that often I get to feel the wind in my gelled hair.
Yes! It's just wow. I love my job.
Okay, time to get back to the day job and start the climb to Etna via the mountainside town of Taormina. This petite town packs a punch with views over the Naxos Bay and Mount Etna, so it's jammed all year round. Its heyday was back in the 18th century, when the rich and arty crowd passed through on their grand tours of Europe. D.H. Lawrence loved it so much, he lived here for 3 years.
And it's also home to the king of Italian pastries, the cannoli.
Cannoli are synonymous with Sicily, probably its most famous sweet. Made from a pastry shell, then stuffed with a sweet, creamy filling of ricotta. Every family on the island has their own recipe for it. But as I'm in Taormina, I have to visit Roberto, the cannoli magician,
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, come va?
whose sweet treats have been charming residents, presidents, and even Her Majesty the Queen. And he started by telling me how this popular pastry came to be.
Il lavoro è La storia del cannolo, gli arabi portarono tanti tipi di dolci, tra cui questo cannolo.
Roberto explains that it all began with the Arabs, who made the shell from plain flour and the filling from an acidic wine and sweet ricotta. Pretty much what they use now, but with sugar and sweet spices like cinnamon.
Deriva dalle canne.
Roberto then went on to explain that the name came from the way they used a bamboo cane to shape the pastry when they fried it.
I'm curious to find out the proper way to make cannolo. Roberto, fammi vedere proprio tecnicamente come si fa un cannolo, dai.
Perfetto. Prendiamo la cialda, mettiamo la ricotta, facciamo piano piano, eh?
Ok.
After a quick lesson in stuffing the pastry shell, I'm confident that I can master this. I mean, how hard can it be?
I'm going to make one.
Sì.
Ok. So, la prendo da qua,
Ok. Un po' di ricotta?
po' di ricotta.
No.
Oh, the other way.
Ok, non so.
Ok. Devo spingere?
Sì, spingi.
He's telling me to push.
Ancora? Ok.
Che pensi?
Mandorline.
What do you think?
Un po' insieme a me passa.
Yeah?
No.
He says if you spend a couple of years with me, you will make a cannoli maker. Aspetta, la mandorlina.
Dip it in some crushed almonds.
And he said,
Perfetto.
don't forget the orange skin.
Perfetto.
Icing sugar.
E te lo puoi mangiare.
My first cannolo.
Ok, bravo. Dammi il 5. Ok, bravo, bravo.
Grazie ragazzi. Grazie, grazie, grazie. See, now I am the master of the cannoli. And actually this reminds me of a scene in The Godfather when the guy goes, leave the gun, and takes the cannoli. I now know what he meant.
After fishing off the coast of Oristano and tasting some wonderful seafood dishes here in the Sardinian capital Cagliari, I want to get my hands on some fresh fish to cook with later. San Benedetto Market is the largest covered market in Italy and one of the largest in Europe. Established back in 1957, it has over 300 stalls and is 8,000 square meters of fresh fruit and veg. Locally made cheeses, bread of every variety, and a huge selection of meat. But what I can't wait to explore is its entire floor dedicated to seafood.
Buongiorno.
To a chef like me, this is paradise.
Look at that. Beautiful, fresh.
In Sardegna sì, già lo conoscono, magari...
Ma in
sì.
Inghilterra è un po' più
No,
difficile.
no, lì no.
We were having a chat about the scorpion fish. Not many people understand this fish because it looks ugly, highly poisonous on the spine, but you can make an amazing soup or a tomato sauce for pasta. Buonissimo.
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 There is so much to choose from. But it's some tuna that caught my eye. And I'm not talking the stuff you get in tins at the supermarket.
Mi servirebbe una bella bistecca di tonno da 1 chilo. Bel pezzo.
Pezzo così.
Perfetto, grazie. Fantastic. Bravo, pezzo unico. Grazie.
Grazie.
Arrivederci. Arrivederci. I got my piece of tuna and I'm gonna cook it on a very special location.
With so much delicious food in Sardinia, both from the mountains and the sea, the island's coast has another very important role as a gateway for trade, including food, with the rest of the world. So I'm heading 20 miles further south to visit an historical trading post. It's one of the most significant archaeological sites in Italy, Nora. These ancient ruins are not just a little old. They are over 2,600 years old. Over the years, Nora has been home to the Phoenicians, Carthaginians, and the Romans, each leaving important traces of their history behind.
Gli edifici pubblici, le case...
Archaeologist Ignazio has been excavating on this site for the past 18 years. And I really want to hear what they've discovered.
Dentro anche i mosaici e tanti materiali importanti.
See, Ignazio just said that it's very important to understand that what they found here is a whole city. And like in every city where you find, you have buildings, a lot of building materials, a lot of fantastic mosaics, and everything that you would find on everyday life in a city.
E perché Nora si trova nella parte più vicina all'Africa.
But it's the position of this city which made it key when it came to trading products such as fish oil, meat and wine. as Nora sits on the closest area of Sardinia to Africa and at the heart of the Mediterranean shipping routes.
Romana per I traffici, per I commerci.
And he said that strategically it was very important because then they could trade with all the other cities in the Mediterranean and the Atlantic, which was very, very important for the Roman Empire.
The archaeologists are uncovering more and more every day, and not only on land. Its surrounding seabed is littered with shipwrecks from the Roman trading days, filled with history telling us how produce was moved around all those years ago. And the Romans shipped their goods in large ceramic vessels called amphoras.
The amphoras they used to use in the old days to transport anything from fish, olive oil, meats, and he actually just said that he's going to show me one straight away. Andiamo nel video, dai.
So I'm trading my flip-flops for feints and joining Ignazio's diving team to hunt for some history. And there it is, an actual amphora. It's hard to imagine that this was used on a Roman trading ship, carrying food around the Mediterranean 1,800 years ago. I feel so privileged to witness the team making this discovery.
Unbelievable. I've seen living history in the mountain, and now I've touched history.
What a special day I've had, celebrating the Sardinian Sea. So, to top it off, I want to cook that succulent tuna steak from San Benedetto market. And, inspired by Veronica's dishes, give it a crispy textured crust and a punchy tomato and olive sauce.
Guys, where do we start? With the sauce. I'm going to show you a beautiful sauce, very quick. It will take you probably about 3 or 4 minutes to prepare. It's going to give a beautiful kick to the tuna. So, switch on your frying pan and start to pour in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Like that. In the oil, straight in goes sliced garlic. Not too thin, because if you slice it too thin, it will burn quickly and then it becomes bitter, okay? The only thing that you have to do is to wait for a little sizzle of oil around the garlic. It's sizzling to perfection. The next step is large plum tomatoes. And what you have to do, you cut them in half, then you cut them in half again, and scoop out the pulp. So the only thing that you want is this. You want a little bit of the flesh and nothing more. For 4 people, I would probably use 4 or 5, up to you. Okay, so I'm happy. Tomatoes straight into the oil with the garlic.
Add 100 grams of pitted green olives, then season. Garlic and tomato with the saltiness of the olives makes a zengy combination. Next, I want 4 or 5 bay leaves, and to get their full flavor, here's a Gino tip.
It's very simple. What you have to do, you have to bruise them. Squeeze them into your hands like this, okay? And then you put them into the sauce. And the flavor and the smell will release like there is no tomorrow. That's it. Now, the last thing I'm going to add, white wine vinegar. The acidity is going to give me a fantastic kick to the tuna. Mix everything together, like this. The job is done. Switch it off and allow the sauce to rest for about 5 minutes, which is going to give you enough time to cook the tuna bang, put the both things together. Look at that. That's the way people should buy tuna. Big chunk, and then you cut just the way you want it. I'm going to cut it in about 2 centimeters thick. That's it, look. That's exactly what you want. Once you've done that, then what I want to do is to cut it again with one piece, like that, and another piece like this. This is what you need for a portion. So once you got your beautiful tuna ready, the only thing that you have to do is to coat it in coarse semolina. Now, coarse semolina, you can find it nowadays anywhere, in any supermarket, Italian deli. If you can find the coarse semolina, use polenta. It works just as well. So pick up the tuna, straight into the semolina. And the reason why I'm using the semolina is because tuna needs to be cooked very, very quickly. I want it nice and rare in the middle. So what's happened with the semolina is gonna give me a fantastic crunch all around. So crispy outside, beautiful and tender in the middle.
To test if your oil is hot enough for the tuna, sprinkle in some of the semolina, and if it bubbles, you're good to go.
Pick up your tuna and very gently straight into the oil. Yes. Now the secret of cooking tuna is very simple. Don't overcook it. Once you put it into the oil, 1 minute on each side. Two minutes are gone, switch off your pan, because what I'm gonna do is to lift my tuna up, and go straight onto the little bit of kitchen paper, so any excess oil is gonna be drained out straight away. This is exactly what I wanted. Crispy outside, nice and tender in the middle. Okay, let's put the dish together. And the first thing you do, you put your tuna in the middle like that. Now, just put the sauce all around. My last touch, a little pinch of black pepper on top. Amazing ingredients, very colorful, lots of passion behind. I mean, come on, look at this.
All that's left to do is to enjoy my final supper on this beautiful island.
You know, I've been living on this island for the last 3-4 years, and I've never experienced what I've experienced in the last few days. People all around Sardinia have been absolutely amazing. I've learned lots of things about food, culture, how passionate Sardinians really are. You know what? If I can give you one last tip about Sardinia, get yourself on a plane and come and visit the island. Trust me on that.